following is a special presentation of the First Horizon Green Sports Zone. This is the Gary's Paint and Body Shop Terry Hoese Show. Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Gary's Paint and Body Shop Terry Hoese Show, where we cover everything on the court with the South Greene Rebels basketball team. We'll recap the Region 1 2A tournament with a win over Eagleton and a loss to Gatlinburg-Pittman, and we'll recap the season in full. But first, before we do that, we need to get a quick sponsor in first. We'll be right back here in just a minute on First Horizon's Green Sports Zone. The Gary's Paint and Body Shop Terry Hoese Show is brought to you by Gateway Ford Nissan, Tommy's Plumbing, Gary's Paint and Body Shop, and by First Horizon Bank. Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Gary's Paint and Body Shop Terry Hoese Show, where we cover everything on the court with the South Greene Rebels basketball team. As always, I'm joined here with Rebels head coach Terry Hoese. Coach, how's it going?
It's going all right, Tyler. How are you?
That's good. It's 70 degrees outside. I'm feeling good
nice.
today.
You don't want to be inside today, do you?
No. It's a crazy week, too. Districts and regions always kind of cause you to get a little scatterbrained,
Yep.
I guess. I'd never do this. I forgot my watch today.
Uh-oh.
I'd never do that, but just you got so much going on, you just forget some things. But, hey, we're still trucking along. Would have wished to seen somebody in the region championship game tonight. That didn't play out. Tonight it'll be Gatlinburg-Pittman and Unicoi County. But let's talk about that region tournament. Started on Saturday night hosting Eagleton. Got a win on your home court for the final time this year, sending those seniors off happy. And then you played Gatlinburg-Pittman in their home venue on Tuesday. Played competitive with them, just didn't have enough gas left in the tank in the fourth quarter. Take me through both of those games in this year's region tournament.
Saturday night was a huge advantage to us in here on our home court. And then you see the difference, home court advantage versus playing somebody else on their home court. I felt like we played halfway decent at Gatlinburg even for 2.5 quarters, but I'm not going to lie to you, and I told the guys at Gatlinburg-Pittman it's nothing against them, but I am going to petition that TSSAA. Years ago it was all central neutral locations, and I think at this point in the year that's the fair thing to do. We got to play here on Saturday night. It was nice to have a home court, but is that fair to everybody? Probably not. So I think that's something TSSAA needs to look into. But we play well here, and Eagleton come in here, and it was a close game at the half, and we came out in the second half and just shot the lights out of it. So it was a good win for our kids, and for them to go out of here and leave their last game at South Greene on a winning note was huge for those seniors anyway. Yeah,
and speak about that a little bit more, because now that we're on the conversation of it, let's just go ahead and knock it out of the way, because we didn't get to do a senior night edition this year. The snow affected that, and I was going to do that on the back half, but knowing that you got a final home game and got a win in your final home game, and those seniors got to leave happy with a win in their last game here at South Greene. Talk about those seniors and everything that they've meant to the program in their time here.
Well, I told them after we got beat at Gatlinburg Tuesday night, it's been a good 4 years for them. I don't know how many games that group has been a part of winning.
4 straight 20-win seasons.
4 straight 20-win seasons. District championships. We finished second in the district this year, but we're in that championship game. Hardy's Classic Championship, I think at least three of their 4 years.
Big H two
Big
times.
H twice, and knocked out of the regional semi. I've been to this regional semifinal game. I think they've been every year. Mm-hmm. So the accomplishments for that group of kids way outweigh their careers ending. So I had 6 of them to start with. One of them decided a couple weeks ago he was going to go into baseball. Haiti did that, but 5 of them finished, and 5 of them got to play in the last 2 games. Unfortunately, the other night it was on the losing end, but they got to play in here on their home court Saturday night in front of their home fans, and picked up a win. And for those guys, Caden Fillers wound up being the only starter out of that senior group when the season ended. The rest of them came off the bench, but they all accepted the roles, played their tails off when they got the opportunity, came to practice every day and worked hard. And that was my conversation with them Tuesday night after the game. That says a lot about their character, and says a lot about our program. Our program's been successful, And it doesn't matter if you're a senior, a freshman, sophomore, junior. Right here I have started a sophomore point guard for the majority of the year. We try to play the best kids, and our kids understand that, but they were all also very important in everything we did. All those guys got playing time just about every night. So huge accomplishment for them. Glad they stuck it out, and for what they accomplished over 4 years, I don't know how anybody could really say it was a bad year. 20 wins this year.
You can't be disappointed about 20.
You get to the district championship game again. You get to the regional semifinals again. A lot of accomplishments for those guys to look back over 4 years and be happy for.
And talk about the Gatlinburg-Pittman game also. End your season in the region semis again. Again, that hump has just been too big for South Greene the past few years. Just running into Knoxville or Gatlinburg, and like you said, it's tough to go into a team's home venue that is supposed to be a neutral venue, and once again playing another Mr. Basketball finalist in 2 of 3 games, going from Unicoi County to Gatlinburg-Pittman. So take me through Tuesday night's game.
Was what I expected it would be. I knew we would have to play super well to be able to compete with that bunch. The 2 kids that transferred in were the real deal, and the ones up from Mr. Basketball, obviously he's the real deal.
Barton.
But Barton, with about 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, we had held Barton to 2 points. We'd done a really good job on him defensively. We had played well. We had gotten down by 10 or 12 or so, and cut that thing back to 2 in the third quarter, and had the ball several times, the opportunities to tie it, and we couldn't get there. And they finished the third quarter on a 5-0 run to put them up, I think, 7 or 8. Can't remember what it was there. And then come out and buried a 3 to start the fourth quarter. And then we come back and hit a 3 to cut it back to 7 or 8, whatever the score was. But that was it. We couldn't catch them. And, at the end of the game, when it's all said and done, we tried to get up and start pressing, try to get back in the game. And when we did that, they just went and shot layups on us. So they're good, very good team. Got to play on our home court, get to play on our home court tonight for a championship game against Unicoi. But not taking away anything from Gatlinburg. They are good, they're well coached. And if you're going to lose to somebody, man, that's what you hope to lose to. So, I don't feel like our kids come out and laid an egg to somebody that they were supposed to beat. I felt like we came out and we competed well against a very good team, and at the end we just couldn't hold on.
Yeah, and it'll be an interesting game tonight. Unicoi County and Gatlinburg-Pittman at Gatlinburg-Pittman in the Region 1 2A championship game. But unfortunately, that puts an end to the season. I always hate these interviews because it's the final ones of the year, but we'll go into the back half and we'll talk about the season in full. We'll talk about Coach Hoese's favorite memories, favorite moments, and favorite games of this year's season at South Greene. So before we do that, we need to go ahead and get our breaks in first. So we'll be right back after a word from these sponsors here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at gatewaynissangreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
For over 30 years, Tommy's Plumbing has proudly served the Tri-Cities with a personal touch because we're not just plumbers, we're family. From simple faucet repairs to full plumbing repiping, we have the experience and expertise to get the job done right. We also specialize in water heater and tankless water heater installations, helping you find the perfect solution for your home. Our technicians stand behind their work and always leave your space clean and spotless. Looking for a plumber who's fast, professional, and reliable? Call Tommy's Plumbing and let our family take care of yours.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at GatewayNissanGreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
Welcome back to First Horizons Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Gary's Paint and Body Shop Terry Hoese Show, where we cover everything on the court with the South Greene Rebels basketball team. As always, I'm joined here with Rebels head coach Terry Hoese. Worst interview of the year. Last interview.
Absolutely.
It's always crazy when we sit down for the first one and we do the season preview all the way in November, and then it seems like it flies by.
Yep.
Basketball season usually seems like it drags by. I think this year it flew by and didn't drag by one bit.
Yeah, we had some snow and things happened, and you look up and you're playing a bunch of games, and it's tournament time, and it has flown by.
It has, and we're already here the first week of March. Unfortunately, the end of the season. We alluded to it in the first half. You met your goal, winning 20 games again, getting back to that district championship, getting back to that region semis. It's been another successful year here at South Greene. I want to talk about some of your favorites throughout the year. Same questions as the last few years. Favorite memories, favorite moments, favorite games. We'll start out with memories. Memories can be in the gym during practice, on the bus, summer camps. What have been some of your favorite memories with this squad?
Summer camps are always fun. I've had people ask me before, like, is summer camp really that important? Do you really get anything out of it? And man, that's where you get to go and play and relax. They don't mean anything when it's all said and done, but you kind of get a feel for your kids, and your kids get to see you in a different light. You're not all intense and yelling and screaming all the time, which other coaches may not yell and scream. I'm a yeller and a screamer, but summer times are always fun. But man, to go in and take a team after we lost the kids that we lost last year and be able to win it at Hardy's Classic, knocking off Crockett and Boone and Volunteer, three teams that are much bigger than us and have had successful seasons themselves. So that's obviously a great moment, but coming back and completing the 19-point comeback against Chucky Doak, man, if you were in that gym that night, it was electric. There's nothing else to say about that, but great atmosphere at Chucky Doak. And then we took this group to Florida. Didn't know what to expect. Had a great trip in Florida, won a couple games, enjoyed ourselves. And it just kind of seems like there's been a lot of positives. You end, your season comes to the end. But I did tell the guys Tuesday night, I said, what, boys, I said, it's hard to get beat, but in 2 weeks, everybody's over. Mm-hmm. At this point, there's going to be one champion when it's all said and done, and their season's going to come to an end too. So it all has to end at some point, but we have had a really good year and a lot of good moments. It's always enjoyable to see kids come back. We've had several of our alumni back at watching games. Cooper Kelly and
Woody.
Woody's been at several games. I look up, Sully Fox shows up. Sully was here several years ago. TJ back several games last year, and to see those guys come back, Jace Roderick, even senior night, Chandler Gamble shows up on senior night. So for those guys to come back, kind of gives me a little bit of a reassurance that we're doing things right. So it's been a good year. We've had a lot of good memories.
What are your favorite moments throughout the year? And a lot of these can also be the same because I've interviewed one coach already, and he had one game as his game memory and moment. So what are some of your favorite moments that you've witnessed through the year?
And that's tough. I don't think anybody gave us a shot to be in that district championship game. And when we got there, I did hear there was some talk. There was a comment made, yeah, you got to the championship game, now go get your hind ends beat by 30. Nobody gave us a shot to be in that game with Unicoi and took that thing to overtime. Man, Unicoi was super good. And a lot of respect for a lot of people that I coach against, that we play against, other coaches. But I would say probably the best moment, even though we lost that game, was probably the Unicoi County game.
And what are some of your favorite games? This is the question I always like the most because the games are the ones that I know more about. What are some of your favorite games that you've been a part of this year? I know a few off the top of my head that I know you're thinking of.
We lost in here to West Greene, but man, what a game. I don't know what we were down, but came back and had that thing down to winnable.
Down 19.
Down
to all the
19. And, you know, of course, I said Chucky Doak game at Chucky Doak.
West Greene game at Westridge has got to be one of them.
Yes, West Greene game at Westridge. Played our tails off. Avenged what they beat us 3 times and come up and beat them the 4th time. Man, there's a ton of games. We go to Florida and play New Brockton, Alabama. I mean, if you went back and watched that game out on VidSwap, you'd say, how in the world did South Greene compete with that bunch? We were totally out-athleted, but kicked their tail. And there's been nights where I've looked up and was like, man, I don't know where this group came from. But we've had good nights. We've had nights where we haven't played very well. So it's kind of been an up and down year. But those are probably some of my best games.
Cosby's one that I always think of
Cosby,
also.
yep.
The Big H, another big comeback,
Yep.
17 points. I think you were down 24-7 after one.
And they were good.
Yeah, they were.
They were good.
That was when they had Darren.
Yes.
So that was probably the best that I'd seen Cosby this year. But a lot of great games, a lot of 33 games. That's a lot to remember.
Man, it's people don't understand it. You start that 3rd week of November playing games, and here we are in March. It is a long season, and 33 games in a high school season. We play a bunch of games. And you take the practices in between that, and kids get tired, kids get sick. We've had sickness, we've had good times, we've had bad times, but it's been a good year.
It's always sad when it ends. I always say it, and I'm not afraid or shy to say it also. Group of coaches we've got in Greene County for basketball are my favorite group of coaches.
Good deal.
It's my favorite set of coaches shows just because I always like the conversations. I think the shows are better. I think the personalities are better. And it always sucks worse when basketball ends compared to football or spring sports season. But unless there's anything else you've got to add.
I will tell you this, and you guys have done a phenomenal job with Greene County sports.
Thank you. Hey, news also. This won't get released until after it, but you and I are both going somewhere tonight for the first time in Greene County history.
Yeah. Lacrosse.
That's awesome.
Don't know anything about it.
I don't either.
I
But
had to look up 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. I was looking up how many minutes was actually even in the game. So I know nothing about lacrosse. So tonight's going to be fun.
But it's a historic landmark moment.
Is.
I know nothing. You know nothing. This won't come out until after the game. But hey, we've got lacrosse in Greene County now, and it's wonderful.
Absolutely.
It's wonderful. But hey, I'll see you out there tonight. I'll see you at some baseball games, softball games.
I'm at everything, so I'll be there.
Hopefully this isn't our false spring. Hopefully it stays this warm for the rest of the year. I'm
We've
tired.
still got old dogwood winter and blackberry winter and all those coming around. It'll get cold again.
It will. It always seems like it's a tradition that Tate always schedules me to cover an early South Greene baseball game, and it's always in the 40s. One year it was flurrying. It's just always a tradition.
I watched up here Monday night. It was raining
yeah.
and 52 degrees. Man, it was cold. Like, this is nuts. Sometimes I wonder why T-List don't make that a fall sport when it's still nice outside.
Beats me why they pushed the season up 2 weeks also. But hey, I've bashed TSSAA enough this week, so I'm going to end it on that one. Coach,
Appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you once again. Thank you all for watching this year's edition of the Gary's Paint and Body Shop Terry Hoese Show. We look forward to seeing you next year here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.